Hey, did you know that most day gamers sabotage their success without even realizing it? It's not about luck, intelligence, or even effort. It is about a simple choice. Let me share with you a scene from Squid Game Season 2. This is about the deadly games where people are in debt, are recruited to fight for survival to win money. It is about a recruiter's twisted experiment. On his own time, he gave homeless people a choice: bread or lottery ticket. What do you think they chose? And what does that reveal about your decisions you make in terms of investing for your day game coaching? Let's actually take a look at the scene. We'll see what they choose. She's asking him 100 bread. So he gave him 100 lottery tickets. He goes up to a homeless person. And then he says to him, "I got a gift for you." And the guy's, "Huh? A gift?" He recruits for the Squid Games, which they literally kill up most people that are poor over there. But yeah, he says, "Oh, okay." And he tries to take the gift. But he says, you can't. You can only have one of them. Picks the lottery ticket. He then chooses the actual bread, which is nourishment. So he gives him a coin to scratch it. And he got 2 sevens. The third one is a failure. That's too bad. "Give me back my coin," he says. Next guy, bread or lottery ticket. He gives him the same choice. What do you think he chooses? Lottery ticket. He just chooses lottery ticket again. This is like a commentary on human nature. And he lost. He got nothing. Then they do the same thing over and over again. Another lottery ticket. They're trying to say level 1 people are always choosing the lottery ticket. You're like, really? Lottery ticket again? Lottery ticket. One guy chooses the bread. Only one. Another lottery ticket. And these guys are watching him because they're trying to find the recruiter. He throws all the bread on the ground, like elite day game first steps. He throws it on the ground. He says, "You guys done this. You chose this." And what does he do? This sadistic recruiter. He fucking stomps on all the fucking bread in front of the homeless people. He stomps on them so they cannot eat it. In that video, most of them picked a lottery ticket, obviously, chasing an unlikely dream over a practical solution. None of them won a single lottery ticket. None of them actually won, which is strange. When I saw this TV show, I thought it was really awesome. Nobody won the Squid Games, except for one. Most choose the lottery ticket and prove his point. And he stomped on the bread, destroying it, leaving them with nothing. This experiment wasn't about generosity. It was about exposing how poor choices can keep people stuck. It's the same reason I decided to stop offering Elite Day Game First Steps, my $5 booklet designed to help struggling day gamers take their first steps. Like the bread, it was meant as nourishment to help. But the poor decisions, blame shifting, and the lack of impulse control of level 1, day gamers made it clear. Cheap solutions in 2024 don't lead to real motivation. What happens when you try to offer a low ticket item to a level 1 person is exactly like the bread and lottery ticket mentality. I only sold 33 copies, actually 34. I'll show you how to make the right choices to escape these traps and actually achieve success in day game. So I'm going to talk about different levels. I'm going to share 3 secrets with you today that's going to revolutionize the way you think about how money can affect your mindsets. How can money affect motivation and affect your mindset? You're saying that there's actually a different class of what they can afford for coaching. That's correct. And you're going to learn that they all have their own sets of behavior and mindsets different from each other. Level 1 shifts blame. They have that lottery mentality, just like you saw in that clip I showed earlier of that Squid Games recruiter. The lottery mentality is that, we'll get more into it. It was lottery or bread. That's what he gave them a choice. He bought like 100 of each. And they kept choosing the lottery ticket. They have a poor impulse control. They take unnecessary risk. They don't think about the future. They think about they don't really think ahead. Level 2, which I like, will only spend so much. They are more resilient, but not rich. they won't spend more than $1,000 at one. There's an actual cutoff point in their mind that once it reaches $999, they'll spend it on coaching. But when it reaches $1,000 or above, $1,001, they'll just be like, no way. There's something in their mind that makes it like that. Even one of the students who got 17 lays last year, which I was going to post, but I didn't realize it was New Year's when I made the last YouTube live. So, having said that, they will only spend that much. Level 3 are engineers. They can afford $2,000 to $50,000, but they're not always super tenacious. These guys, they have growth mindset, obviously. They have resilience. They're not like finishers like level 2. Those guys are ruthless. They're like Navy SEALs. Having said that, rich engineers are level 3. So engineers level 3. They all have their own sets of behaviors and mindsets, different from each other. And how you can see what blind spots you have, why I no longer want to serve level 1. I'm not excluding you. But in my sales letters, if you look right now, if you wanted to buy Elite 30, Elite Playbook, Elite Day Game First Steps, I have excluded you guys from getting it because I only want to focus on Elite Bundle 2. I'd rather you guys get Elite Bundle 2 instead as the entry point. I know what you're probably thinking. Hey, John, that's stupid. Why exclude people? Why not help everybody like Robinhood? So what is the first secret is that level 1 type of students, after 1 year, 2024, I got tons of data. So I'm not just talking out my ass here. I'm literally sharing some real talk, some base as fuck rants. These people are usually people that spends the least amount of money. They're level 1. They can only afford Elite Day Game First Steps, which I just removed your ability to buy it. I read it from a book. They told me, hey, it makes more sense if you sold a low ticket item. Go ahead and get the bundle. They claim if you offer a low ticket item, $7. They say averagely $7. And you can see who raises up their hand. They're not freebie guys. That's their theory. And if you offer them that, you can see out of all of them who are the high ticket, what they call back end in marketing, back end. That means on the back end, somebody's going to buy 3 months of proficiency. They did buy it, but there's only one person who did it. Unfortunately, I won't say who. And also somebody bought Elite Bundle 2. When you give free stuff to really poor people in massive debt and they have no money, they'll be wasting your time. At least if they spend $5, you know that if they bought something from you today, they'll buy something from you years from now. They raised their hands. They're no longer just freebie kind of people. That's the philosophy. On the front end is low ticket. On the back end, you can see who's high ticket. But there's really not that many high ticket people. In my experience, this philosophy did not work. That was really just for ads. If they put like $5,000 into ads and show up to like maybe 300,000 people or something, maybe 2% of them or 3% will buy the booklet. Does that make sense? And then when they buy it, when you're using some kind of software like ClickFunnels, on the back end, they might offer, hey, do you want to buy this back end, which is like a very expensive program? And they're like, no. And then they downsell them. You rather buy something a little bit cheaper instead? That's marketing. But that philosophy did not work. This is called ascension theory in marketing. Ascending people upwards, it did help a little bit for the business at the time when people were ignoring me near the beginning. But that mentality to level 1 to sift through level 3, I didn't find many level 3s. I have to teach the level 3 how to make money now. So I decided to get rid of that bread or lottery ticket, like you saw in that clip of the Squid Games, the recruiter. And everyone chose a lottery ticket and he stomped them all out for the bread who did not choose it. Just like I'm stomping out Elite Day Game First Steps. Literally all level 1 people were either broke or in debt. How are they supposed to focus with the Maslow chart of human needs? You know what the human needs are: food, water, shelter, sex, temperature control, and a toilet. If they're just in that state of lower frequency and they're in survival mode, it's like a winner and loser effect, unfortunately. The people that are losing get more cortisol. They get a double chin. And what's even worse was one guy just quit from Sri Lankan. He literally fucking quit, right? I'm in the rescue helicopter, right? I'm mounting a giant rescue here. I'm going to try to save everybody. So I already saved my students. Even if there's a rescue helicopter, and I try to save Marco over there, had 2 girlfriends, or 1 girlfriend, 1 fuck buddy that's white Ukrainian, or he had 2 lays, I could save Marco, right? I could save him year after year. He wants to get married next with a white woman. I'm going to make that happen. The more you invest, the more you emotionally invest. And even if I thought for a second that booklet made a lot of sense, but it only makes sense when you pay for ads to reach a bunch of people and sift through them, because only 2% will actually buy it. But you're paying like $5,000 for ads just to be able to make back some money. You pay $5,000, you might make less than $10,000, but then you put more money into ads until it fatigues. That's how they market. But obviously, DAYGAME, you cannot use ads on Facebook. What will happen if I start putting ads up there? The only person who's ever been able to successfully use ads is tall, self-proclaimed high lay count coaches with their Tinder shit. It costs like $50 to acquire a customer, but on the back end, if they make the money back, then it's worth it. You put like thousands and thousands of dollars into ads and it goes up. This mentality of this $5 booklet is not for organic traffic, which is what I'm doing, which is talking with people. This is called organic marketing. I don't do ads, and it wouldn't work because they don't allow any of the other dating coaches out there to actually use for DAYGAME their ads platform. If this is what statistically is working, or the higher programs like Kaizen, 3MP, if these programs are effective, then why focus on level 1? No matter what, I'm going to be here and talk and communicate with my audience and educate them about these issues because they need to know. That's level 1. Okay? Sociopaths never feel guilt. They are never wrong. They win at all costs. They'll never admit mistakes, and they can't change it. I admit my mistake. And due to the Maslow chart of human needs, food, water, sex, shelter, toilet, temperature control is where they're stuck at. They're in survival mode. So they're always losing and feeling more cortisol. This is why they have a double chin. I just have to look at the person. If they have a double chin, I know they're a loser. Just take one look at their jawline. If they have they're filled with cortisol. They're losers. It's a scorecard. The more you lose, the more cortisol you get. They did the experiment in the animal kingdom. There's 2 rats in there. And one of the scientists pushed the rat on the back with a stick, and they pushed the other rat out. What happened was that the rat that won the battle, pushing the other rat out, that rat get more testosterone. So next time is more aggressive when you put 2 rats together in a tube. That one's going to win the next battle. Because the more you win, the more you win. The winners win more, the losers lose more. The other rat that fell through the tube, they failed. Just like with the inflation and with their ADHD and their excuses, not taking extreme ownership. When they don't take extreme ownership, they blame things, they're ADHD, they half-ass everything. They don't complete anything. I have to complete this. I had to write this script right before I came here just to talk to you guys. I take extreme ownership. They never finish anything. They keep lying to themselves that they'll get it done. They don't have the self-esteem. They don't deposit the self-esteem from every completed task. They become delusional. They don't take extreme ownership. And that's the problem. So they get more cortisol. They get double chin. They keep losing. The level 2 keeps winning. They tend to get laid more often, getting more testosterone as a reward. This is important because in society, there's always a poor class. And I'm not here to criticize and turn people off, but you are poor. You can't save broke poor people. And now he's doing stupid stuff like going to a gym because he has like a fat fucking head. This black dude, he has like a fat neck and everything due to cortisol. He's, I'm losing weight. Oh no, he got fat in places I've never seen in my life before. What the fuck? And then I kicked him out, and now he's going to spend the next 4 months in the gym when he should have been practicing just to lose his fat. He could have already gotten results by now, but he drags his feet. They love to drag their feet. They love to procrastinate. They love to run away from their homework assignments. Their minds, because they're depressed. That's why they spend more money on stupid shit. And then they get into debt. That's like the homeless people in that video clip of bread versus lottery ticket for the Squid Games. They never invest in themselves. And Canadians these days are so poor, it's worse than the United States. So if it's $900 for Elite Bundle 2, right? How much is that Canadian dollars? It's going to be pretty high. 900 is $1,293. It's almost like $300 more. Canadians they price themselves out. So in 2025, most likely, I'm going to have very few Canadian students. Let's talk about level 2, right? What is level? Okay, the second secret is level 3 are the rich eyes, or they are typically almost always engineers for my 3 months to proficiency bundle. It doesn't mean the program's 3 months. You start with Elite 60 for 4 months. You start with Kaizen for 1 month. That's 5 months. You start with 3 months of proficiency, 3 more months of info analysis. That's already 8 months. You can use text game for 9 months. And then you can learn other things like inner circle, elite access. That goes beyond a year. Roughly around 10 months, 11 months on top of the consultation for elite access. That's quite a lot. But I just caught 3MP. I have a student who's a millionaire. He says, John, rather than just sell them 3 months of proficiency for info analysis, why don't you put all your courses together? Call it the 3MP bundle. Sell it for one price that you're normally going to pay for 3 months of my time. Make this into a great offer. And I did that. I sold so many in 2022 during the pandemic. But during the inflation, it had less because people became poor. It affected their mentality. Level 2 became level 1. Level 1 became level 0. That's why it's important not to serve level 1. The people that took the 3 months of proficiency bundle, a lot of them ended up getting engaged or married. Several of them are engaged. Several of them found a life partner. But then several of them got laid. The Asians do very well with the 3MP bundle. They're ruthless when it comes to Kaizen. You open up Kaizen to them, and they'll go at it. The people that have higher value take it very hard when they take Kaizen. They beat themselves up. Damn, I was looking forward to only Elite 1 because of what I can afford. You mean Elite 30, right? Elite 30, now you can only get it from Elite Bundle 2. Because you get depressed, right? Because you're not doing things fully because of ADHD. You never complete anything. So your emotional bank account, there's nothing there. You withdraw from it and you start spending money to get rid of your depression, wasting it on stupid shit. And then all of a sudden, you're in debt. That's why you're broke and you're in debt. And then you just shift the blame. You never take responsibility. You get into a vicious cycle. And then when you have this desire, because you see the student getting 8 lays or 17 lays in a row, you're not equipped to do this. Society has always supported mediocrity. I forgot the other name of it, like the highest, strongest people survive. But they always reward mediocrity. You can use non-stop credit card debt and you're still alive. You're not homeless. It's crazy. If you're in a third world country, you got that much debt and you're homeless. They have a lower cost of living, but you guys have it too easy. You can literally put yourself in 5-figure debt, 6 figures, some Indians, 7 figures. They have to buy a house, $1 million house. Oh, but we need $1 million house. Why not something like $500,000? No, it needs to be $1 million or more because they're engineers. Like, what the fuck? It has to be 1.5 million, 1 million. That's why you're stuck. You can't afford it. I can't serve you. If that's all you can afford, I can make some videos out there for Elite Focus for day gamers and post them on my YouTube for the other section. Rather than talking about Elite Day Game first steps, which I have stomped into the ground, instead, I'm going to put Elite Bundle 2 there. Here's how you can save up for it. So that way you can stop bleeding. Stop the bleeding first. Then you'll stop spending all this money. And then once you get focused, you have small victories. Then you have self-esteem because what you say you do and you'll do, you actually fucking do it. Whenever I say something, I do it. Last year, I said, I'm going to have the most late testimonials out of everyone. I'm going to dominate the whole day game industry and destroy it. I did it, but nobody cared. When I say something, I do it. If I don't want to do it, I don't say it. If you say, I want to buy Elite 30, you're not going to buy it. You're just going to gaslight your own brain. This is level 1. Level 3 are different. They invest in themselves because they're more busy. They have less time. They need faster results. They get more involvement, not just consultation. They get more one-on-one time from me. They get way more coaching. They get more focused coaching. And they need that because their engineer brains are different. Asperger brain is different. I'll tell you why. If they're good at something like engineering, one part of their brain will grow bigger, but the rest of it can shrink for their social skills. Does that make sense? You need to be good at 3 things. Then you're no longer delusional, but you have to earn the right to be there. Not just engineering, right? Or you guys, level 1, you're good at nothing. Poverty may be a math problem, right? Spend less than you make. What jobs do you students usually have besides engineers? Some of them are biotech engineers, accountants. Some of them are in the military. Some of them just have regular 9-to-5 jobs. A lot of these logical jobs, or they're marketers that build funnels and do all this logical shit. It's almost like the majority of the students are logical jobs. The ones who are not logical jobs, they just have a normal job, then yeah. But it's always logical. Sometimes doctors, sometimes this one, but it's almost always engineers. I would say this is like the school for engineers or something, for dating. It literally is like the biggest collection of engineers, right? It's ridiculous, but that's why they're so logical. Logical people do good because they're not emotional. They're ruthless. If they have grit and they're engineer, they can get laid. They're so ruthless. But if you're emotional, your engineer is not good. If you're emotional, like Asperger's and autism, that's not good. If you're Asperger's, you can get as much results as you want because these guys don't feel anything. They're ruthless. Same with the logical students. They're not that emotional. But isn't it emotional is good if you're around women? No, because too much emotion shows that you're like have Asperger's or autism because they get triggered very easily due to the cortisol. You're showing a signal that you cannot handle stress. So it's very important that you can handle stress. It's attractive to women when you're not affected. So the third secret, let's just talk about the third thing now. Let's talk about level 2. Okay, this would be the last thing I want to talk about. So level 2, what the hell is level 2? The third secret is level 2 students. They generally done the best. One student got 17 lays. The other one got 8 lays. They did have an extremely logical job. They're monotone. They have no facial expressions and all the other stuff of an Asperger's student. These guys, wow, they're not super rich. They do have more grit. They're like the middle class that has a little bit more grit. Their speed of implementation is faster if they're Asperger's. And they don't have money problems. These guys are financially stable. They're financially stable. They have enough money to afford Elite Bundle 2. They still got mental trauma cure afterwards when they got a few lays. And the Inner Circle yearly membership. So they did invest in themselves. They got to a level 3 student, but they start with level 2. So if that's the case, and these are level 2, and they still move up to level 3, right? Because they invested in themselves. The guy with 17 lays originally, he didn't want to get the mental trauma cure, but I said there's a lot of trauma in his face. If you don't fix this right now, then you're always going to have that sort of expression around women, and it's going to be very tight around the face, right? He told me he went through so much trauma, and I said, you should take it. Eventually, he took it. And then all of a sudden, he got 5 lays in 5 days in a row. He got 3 more lays after I banned him for a week. He got 3 more lays because of the drills. And then he disappeared for 4 months, exactly 4 months. Low self-esteem. He came back, he got another lay with my aeroscience advice, but he wasn't using skills. And then he got stuck again. And then he finally do drills. He gets 2 more lays. He's up to 17 lays now. There's 18 lays, but one of them is unaccounted for because he did not get a lay pick earlier on. He got laid later on. I still count it, even though he didn't post the lay pics. The camera phone died. He made another excuse, but he always has to post the lay pics. Now he does. But yeah, he got 17 lays. And people like that have a bit of grit, resilience, and they're faster than the engineers. They're way faster. They're logical, they're Asperger's, but more ruthless. They have a growth mindset. They can change in 3 attempts. Does that make sense? But they're super ADHD though. They're just like super ADHD zombies. They just have better mindsets. They're coachable. That's the word, coachable. And even if level 3 is coachable, they still have their hardware issues. So they don't have a high-paying Asperger job. Like they have a decent job. Maybe one of them used to work for a biotech company. Doesn't mean he was paid like super much, right? But they do have a logical job. But they're lighter, more agile, and they can get away with less training and exceed most people. Even the other guy who was Chinese, he got 15 lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses, but he was a millionaire student, so they have good mindsets. Maybe because 2 of them are entrepreneurs types. So two of them, yeah, he got that because he was very coachable. The first time he done it completely wrong. He used UMP style, or tall self-proclaimed high leg count coaches, white coaches. Always failed 100% of the time. He has a mindset of entrepreneur millionaire, but he's a fast learner. But not everyone's like that. He's Asperger's, but he was still able to learn. So that's why I made so much money in 2022, 2023. But none of his strategies work for 2024.
Getting non-stop day game plays with my coaching. Today is my student's birthday. ABCs of low self-esteem.
He's proposing over here. You can't see it, but
Incredible day game success. But first, you've probably heard about ABCs of low self-esteem, high ego, triggered Asian dating company that love to brag about that their former coach got married. But when you look closer,
is a student an actor? Married student an actor? He's not an actor, but he did act in the movie before. So that's how he met the wife. She's an actress. He was invited to act in the movie, and he accepted the invitation. He was using my haircut, everything like that. Not this one, but the whitewashed one. And he still had all the fashion and everything. But he did show up in the movie. And then for him, he banged the first woman, same day late, aeroscience, in the trailer. He went so fast, but the second time, he did it my way properly, and he slowed down. I was trying to teach him more emotional game, not like a Mr. Rocket Man. And then they became boyfriend, girlfriend, and they got married. And they're still together today. For level 2, they're the ones who put in the most drills and practice. What I was trying to say before was I made a punch card. Every single time the student does the homework, I'll draw a line or a check mark. It turns out the guy with 17 lays practiced the most. The next one who practiced the most was the Italian student with 8 lays. In the beginning, they stopped doing as much later on. They're more on maintenance mode. He was the second one who practiced the most. The third one who practiced the most was the other Indian guy. He got a same day lay in the United States. Super low SMV. That guy, he practiced a lot. He was not very good, but he got a same day lay. And then all the other students is a perfect order. You can see whoever practiced the most drills are the ones who got the results in 2024. And there was another guy who's Vietnamese. He got laid with an 18-year-old Latina, and she's very pretty. She's like an influencer. Very pretty. Makeup influencer, something like that. Afterwards, he got laid. He just stopped practicing. He put it into last priority. When it was the last priority, then he bench-holded, and then all of a sudden, he wasn't coachable no more. I kicked him out. But he banged an 18-year-old. Otherwise, I would have kept him as a student. But he's not. If he just doesn't listen to instructions, don't worry, this is well censored, so YouTube cannot get me in trouble. She's still wearing clothing, like some kind of lingerie. There's a smiley face over here, but you can see her body and stuff. Little leg pic. She's really smoking hot. She's a really pretty face. She surprised a lot of students. They always give her a 9 out of 10 for her face. I get my other students to score her. So that's what he got. I'll be posting his testimonial in the future, but not right now. There's just too many to post for 2024. Imagine that you have so many late testimonials. If I posted one every single week, like for this whole year, I would not even run out. This is like a 2-year backlog. So I got rid of Elite 30, Elite Playbook, Elite Day Game First Steps, Elite Access. You cannot buy it unless you take Elite Bundle 2. Otherwise, you don't get my involvement in the coaching. Why should I reward bad behavior? You have to upgrade to Elite Bundle 2 if you have Elite 30. And if you have to pay in pieces and financing, that's perfectly fine. So you don't think poor. But the rest are too poor to win. But the one says, oh, I was going to buy Elite 30. You would have bought it a long time ago. Now I know what you're thinking, right? Oh, it's not fair, John. You should give level 1 people a chance. The tricky thing is that the high interest rate's going to go back up, my predictions, for the first half. The second half of the United States will go back down a little bit. Technically, that was the toughest year for Day Game. I've beaten everybody for student results. I kicked the shell of everyone. But nobody cared because these global game platform scammer networks, people are giving them like DEI or something. Diversity, equity, inclusion, right? Let's include a bunch of dating coaches who has 0 late testimonials or 1 into this popular shit. Platforms. Look at Mystery. What does he know about Day Game? Or Ross Jeffries. These platform scammers. What do they know? They have 0 late testimonials. Stop talking about the topic like you're an expert. You can't even get a student late. Look at former ABC coaches, these DSLR coaches hanging around with women, being club promoters, and they're like, oh yeah, that's the proof. Where's your day game late testimonial? You can't even get a student more than an Insta date. Level 1 people, I gave you guys a course called Elite Focus, and you could have joined it, and they didn't join it, but they didn't follow through. I gave them all the pieces of advice to save money, to fix their life, to split their money into emergency buckets, self-education, investments, paying the bills, and also play money, which they use all play money in paying the bills. They don't invest in themselves. You give them the advice. Poor people always shoots it down. They always like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it next week or I won't do it. They shoot down ideas. They're delusional. They cannot be helped. They have no self-esteem. They have no self-control. So distraction, but not good for them in the long term. Yeah. I try to help everyone. It's not because I want to take money from poor people. I always don't want to leave anyone behind. No soldier left behind mentality. In the past, it has worked. I was able to get poor people laid, and it's like a miracle. But the inflation after 2 years of cortisol, maybe now in 2024, I saw it better. These guys, full of cortisol. So no other coaches got students late except for ABC's got one in day game and the other one tall self-proclaimed coaches. They ignore my miracle, and it shows this lottery ticket mentality. When I showed you the video earlier, when the guy said bread or lottery ticket, and they kept choosing lottery ticket. So I developed this Elite Bundle 2 for you. You can use it to master day game, achieve consistent results, and access the best coaching and resources to transform your dating life. It is the most comprehensive bundle for day gamers, offering Elite 30, Elite Playbook, Elite Day Game First Steps, Elite Focus for day gamers, includes 11 Skypes, 10, 1.5 years of daily consulting, 10 minutes a day, has the most late testimonials during the toughest dating climate of 2024 inflation, unlike overpriced $8,600 10-day boot camps or $10,000 ABC's world tours. This is a repeatable science. $900 is fair. One has 17 lays from it, the other has 8 lays from it. In 2025, it will be the only bundle that's emphasized. But for everyone else, Elite Bundle 2, that's why I'm hammering this down. And that's why I left a video testimonial and all those previews of the Italian student that you're ignoring. This is the only bundle I'm going to sell. Those are bigger programs. Those are one-on-one. But in terms of bundles and courses, I'm not talking about one-on-one online training. But for products and consultation and Skypes, I'm only sell one bundle, one product, or one type. Level 2 students. That's what I want to focus on. Because they're the ones who are going to get late. Level 3 engineer, upgrade to 3MP bundle. But for the rest of you, I'm going to cut out all level 1. And I don't want poor people with poor mindsets. As the world's best day game coach, with over 656 late and po testimonials, who has coached over, that many. And 56 of them got laid and poed in 2024 alone, during the toughest times for day game. What I do is I get you laid with Elite Bundle 2. If you invest in yourself, emotionally invest, those who pays attention. This course statistically got the most students late, the logical guys. This will increase my late testimonials. The first 2 months is going to be tough because I have to explain why this bundle is the most important. So what I've done is I've created the Elite Bundle 2, a comprehensive coaching and training program designed to give you everything that you need to succeed in day game. If you click on the link in the description, you can get access to the Elite Bundle 2 today and start transforming your dating life. Eventually, the prices will go up. But for now, I'm leaving it at $900. They have to get Elite Bundle 2 first or upgrade the difference. So if you pay for Elite 30, $250, you only have to pay the difference. So click the link in the description, get while it's still available. I'm always here to help level 2 students. I can't tell you about all the amazing results I've already gotten last year, including people married who are struggling with financial issues. I call this the level 1 type. I also have the 3 months to proficiency bundle. It's not just a 3-month bundle, it's a 1-year bundle or 10 months. Another year of consultation. This is for the logical type of engineers, for the level 3. But Elite Bundle 2 is for the logical type, not engineers. But it has a ton of grit. But today I'm talking about Elite Bundle 2, which is amazing. I can't wait to see you on the inside and have a great day.